Thanks for joining me for this edition of Author's Corner, brought to you by KNEO 91.7 FM The Word. I'm Roberta Foster, and today I welcome Jonathan Gibson back to Author's Corner. He's been with us a number of times. He has written the book, My First 1, 2, 3 Book of Bible Numbers, which is published by New Growth Press, and he'll tell you more about how to find the book at the end of the program. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Jonathan. He's ordained in the International Presbyterian Church and serves as Associate Professor of Old Testament Westminster Theological Seminary, Philadelphia. He has served as co-editor of various books, written numerous books for adults, and also many books for children, and that's what we're going to be talking to him about today. Jonathan, welcome to Author's Corner.
It's good to be with you, Roberta. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, so why don't you, in your own words, just describe to us what this book is all about, My First 1, 2, 3 Book of Bible Numbers.
Okay, so I've got 4 children, but 2 little ones at 6 and 5, and so I wanted them to be able to obviously count, know their numbers, but I thought it'd be fun to do it with connecting it to the Bible.
Yes.
And I realized that the Bible uses all the numbers, 1 through 12, and the number 40, the number 100, the number 1,000. And so I thought, why not create a little book that helps children learn their numbers, but also learn Bible stories with the numbers. And so each number is connected to a short explanation of a part of the Bible. So there's one God who made the earth, the heavens and the earth. So that's number 1. There were 2 angels at the tomb when Jesus rose from the dead. Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights. And so you can now picture the book. It's, colorful diagrams speaking about each of those events, connecting it to numbers. And what we did for a bit of fun was we've asked 3 questions on each page. Can you find the one moon on the page? Can you find the one gold star in the sky? Can you find the one bird on the tree? And, for different numbers, can you find 3 starfish in the sea, 3 seahorses, while Jonah's in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights? And so kids, it's a very interactive book. Kids really like flicking the pages, trying to find the 3 or 4 things on the page. But it reinforces the number, but also the Bible story that the number is connected to.
And I really like the fact that it also teaches them these different Bible facts. So as they're having fun learning about number 1 or whatever, number 4, that there's 4 Gospels in the Bible written by 4 men, and they'll have all of this great information in their head because they have memorized it by going through the book, I'm sure, a multitude of times.
Yes, very much so. Repetition is always a good thing for little children. And as you say, it's teaching them facts about the Bible. And it's just some of the grammar of the content of the Bible that as they get older, they'll understand the full meaning of some of these stories. But for now, they need to just get the grammar into their minds, and eventually they'll get the logic as well.
Well, you are a strong believer in the fact that it's never too early to start sharing the Bible with even our youngest of children. Why do people think that they have to wait until they're like 5, 6, or 7 where they can read it themselves in order to start teaching things like the numbers of the Bible?
Yeah, I think people look at the Bible, it's a big book, 66 books, lots of stories, and it can be a bit overwhelming, and so people think, there's no point even beginning it, or how could I even begin to teach my child the whole Bible? Well, you just start with the first story of creation, and you learn about all the things that God made, and that He made the world in 6 days. There's another number, that He rested on the 7th day. There's another number. And so you just teach them block by block, brick by brick. You build the house of their knowledge. And that's really my approach. Bible's a big book, but you take it one bit at a time. And over the course of a child's life, they can know so much of the Bible.
Well, today I have the pleasure of chatting with Jonathan Gibson regarding his book, My First 1-2-3 Book of Bible Numbers, which is published by New Growth Press. And you're listening to Author's Corner, and I'm Roberta Foster. Well, as you mentioned, the book is a beautiful book. It's hardcover and lots of bright colors. And I'm going to tell our audience a little bit about your illustrator. His name is Michael Mulan. He's an artist and illustrator specializing in bold design, hand lettering, and whimsical maps. He grew up in the Chicago suburbs and studied graphic design, as well as having earned an MFA in illustration at the Savannah College of Art and Design. So how did you come to be working with Michael?
Well, we've never met. We just corresponded over email, but it was really New Growth Press that put us in contact with each other.
Fantastic.
And we've, just worked together through the book. But he's done a fantastic job, as you say. Bright colors, really creative in the way he's designed it, and it's really wonderful to work with him.
This book is fantastic for establishing maybe a little devotional time with the youngest of children. So what advice do you have for parents when it comes to introducing the Bible and having that time of devotion and worship utilizing your book?
So what we do in our home is we have evening worship together at the dinner table. So after we've eaten, I'll read a portion of the Bible. We're in Proverbs at the moment. I'll read 1 or 2 Proverbs, or we do our catechism from the Westminster Shorter Catechism. Mm-hmm. But I also now use this book. And so some nights in the week I'll open this book and we'll read through each page, and I'll ask Zach or Hannah to point to the 3 seahorses or the 3 starfish, or the David and Goliath. It's number 5, the 5 stones that he took, and so point out the 5 spears of the Philistines, and they really love it. I've noticed they really love being asked, find me 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 things on this page. They love counting them out, and so that's how I incorporate it. It's in our family devotion. It only takes 5 minutes, but they're really engaged, and it's just teaching them a fact of the Bible, and then we can talk about the story connected to the Bible.
Fantastic. So, as I've mentioned in your bio, you're an Old Testament seminary professor who teaches adults about all these big theological concepts. So do you find it a challenge to break it down and present these ideas to your youngest of children?
Yes, but it's an enjoyable challenge, and one that I really believe in, because I have kids at this age, and it's reminded me that I need to break it down for them, because if it's true for me, it's true for them, and I therefore need to find a way to communicate it to them. And I do that in church. I'm an interim minister at the moment in a church in Philadelphia, and I try in every sermon to have a moment where I speak to the children. I really believe in children being present in church for the whole of church, and so I think they should be addressed at some point in the sermon if they're going to be there. And I think that's what I try and do. And that's the time the adults are listening. That's when the adults zone back in, That's when they tune back in. And I find the adults are saying to me, that illustration to the children really helped me today,
Absolutely.
And so, and so I find if I can simplify it for the children, I've simplified it for the adults as well,
Yeah, excellent. Okay, so your book, My First 1-2-3 Book of Bible Numbers, is actually the second in a series of Big Truths for Little Minds books. So what was the first one?
The first one was my first book of ABC Bible Memory Verses. That's the full title. My first book of ABC Bible Memory Verses. And so it's basically 26 memory verses, and the letter of the alphabet connects with a key word in the Bible verse.
Great.
And so that's really what that book's about. And so, L, love is kind, love is patient, so that's the verse for the letter L. And that's another one we use at our family devotions. We'll try and learn a memory verse a week and just repeat it all week. And the kids remember that. And they like looking at the pictures in the book to see how that picture explains the memory verse. So that's the other one. Yeah, so the two go together. If you get one, you got to get the other one,
It sounds like a perfect combination. I know that even for myself, having worked with 4th through 6th graders a few years back, I had not completely memorized the books of the Bible, so teaching it to them, guess who else learned it, And so I can see where either one of these books will be very beneficial to any adult that uses it, because it will expand their knowledge base as well.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. We all can do with improving our memory of Scripture. My wife and I, we're about 26 letters in the alphabet. We have memorized about 15, 16 of those Bible memory verses. It's been good for us. We'd forgotten some of them, and we've learned new ones, and so that's been good.
Yeah, amen. So today I'm talking with Jonathan Gibson about his book, My First 1, 2, 3 Book of Bible Numbers. And so before you leave us, Jonathan, tell our listeners how they can find out more about this book and the others that you've written.
Well, you can just go on Amazon.com and put my name in, Jonathan Gibson, and you'll see the list of all the books that I've been involved in or written or edited. They're all there. So that's where you're probably the best place to get me. Or you can go to WTSbooks.com, which is the Westminster Bookstore here in America. It's part of Westminster Theological Seminary where I teach. You can go there and put my name in there, and they'll also have the list of the books that I've written.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. So one more time, the book today is My First 1, 2, 3 Book of Bible Numbers, and I've been talking with Jonathan Gibson. We do thank New Growth Press for giving us a copy of the book to talk about. And Jonathan, thank you so much for being a part of Author's Corner today.
Thank you for having me on, Roberta.
And to our listeners, if you'd like to hear this interview again or share it with another, you can find it on your favorite podcast platform or through kneo.org. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Roberta Foster on the Author's Corner. Join me again next time.